What's happening, guys? Well, this week we're going to cover two of my favorite subjects. Number one being dual sports, and number two being guns. So do me a favor, grab some popcorn, sit down, and let's cover things to know when carrying while riding a dual sport. If you're looking for a moto vlog, don't worry, there's going to be one in a couple of minutes. I just want to cover a couple of things that I didn't cover when I shot that video. So we're just going to do a couple of quick clips here. The first thing you need to know, numero uno, most important thing when you are going to be carrying a firearm while riding a dual sport. Know your state's gun laws. This is a book that Miss Stacy got me for Christmas. She got it from our local Army and Navy store. She said it cost about $10 to $15. But it covers every state in the U.S. and all of their applicable gun laws. You definitely want to know these by heart anywhere you're going to be traveling. Make sure you know the laws so you don't end up in a bad situation, and also so you can be responsible. But enough about these, let's get more to these. What I have laid out here for you guys are the three main pistols that I've carried while riding a dual sport. The bottom is the full-size M&P 40. The middle guy here is the M&P 40 Shield. And then the top guy is the Sig Sauer P938 9mm. Now you can see each one of these pistols is in a holster, and they're all the same holster because I and Miss Stacy are both absolutely in love with them. They are they're made by a company called Nate Squared, or Nate Tactical, Nate 2 Tactical. I'll put a link for these holsters down below, but they're great. See, they have the plastic trigger guard, they have suede on the back, they're inside the waistband, so then this clip goes and clips onto your belt, and even carrying the big guy, I don't print at all. And I'll show you what I mean by printing here in a minute. But yeah, all of these are in the same holster because I don't care what I'm going to carry. I want it to be in one of these holsters because it is the most comfortable thing I've ever had in my entire life. Now, let's talk a little bit about why the pros and cons of carrying each one of these. The big guy, pros, it holds a lot of rounds. I think it is, 15 rounds in the mag, 1 in the chamber, so it's a total of 16 on this guy. The con is that it's extremely heavy. The P938, great firearm, love to shoot it, it's a lot of fun. It's very small, very lightweight. One issue that I have with it, without this extended magazine that gives you 1 extra round, my pinky doesn't fit, so I don't get a full grip. That doesn't really affect the actual carrying of it. What I don't like is it has the exposed hammer. So while you're riding, if you need to draw your weapon, there's a possibility that that hammer is going to get caught up on your shirt or caught up on something and just kind of make you flub the draw. So that leads me to my full-time carry piece. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield in .40, and I absolutely love this thing. It's a little bit bigger than the P938, so it fits my big man hands. It does have the extended magazine on it, which does give me a full grip, but it doesn't have that exposed hammer. I absolutely love carrying this thing, and this is my full-time carry. I first bought this, and I carried this all the time, and it just is too heavy. But I like having it around. This is my primary home defense. This is my carry. This is Miss Stacy's carry. For her tiny little hands, it's perfect. And in 9mm, it doesn't snap on her too hard. But let's not dwell on that. Let's get to why, or let's get to how I actually carry these while I ride. Now I'm going to explain to you guys what I mean about printing. I don't know. I don't think you can tell, but I right now am carrying the Smith & Wesson 40 Shield in the Nate squared holster, and I can walk around, I can stand in line, I can go wherever I want to go, and I don't have any problems whatsoever. So the reason that I love this holster and the whole in waistband holster period, I don't care what in the waistband holster it is that when you're out in public, whether you're riding, whether you're just shopping, whether you're doing whatever you're doing, you're not causing a distraction. Nobody's looking at you being like, oh my god, that guy's open carrying. But you know, nobody's worried about it whatsoever. If they don't know. If they don't know, they don't know. You know? And if they do see my gun, I'm really not that worried about it. I have the proper licensing, I'm not a threat or anything like that, so that doesn't bother me at all, but I just rather not have it be an issue. Now, the thing that I love specifically about this holster for carrying is the fact that it has the clip on your belt. So it also has the plastic trigger guard, and what that means is nobody can pull your gun. Even if they know that you have it, if you have it clipped to a belt, they cannot pull it out without knowing the secret. Now the secret to these holsters is you just have to push towards your butt, towards your hind end, with the bottom of the handle, and it releases from that trigger guard and it comes right out. Now, if somebody ran up behind you, they're just going to start yanking, trying to pull it out, and they're not going to get it out. So that also works well when it comes to dual sports. Reason being, when we're riding dual sports, we're standing up in the attack position, we're hitting bumps at 40 miles an hour. That also keeps this thing from just jiggling right out of my holster, and the little belt loop keeps it secured to my riding pants while I'm riding, so I know it's not going to go anywhere unless I want it to. So that's my preferred method of carry. Inside the waistband, I can feel it that it's there while I'm riding. My jacket, my riding jacket holds it in place as well. And I'll show you guys here in just a second the little loops on my riding pants that actually make that all possible. Because I don't wear a belt with my riding pants, but they do have these little cinches on the side that work perfectly as this little kind of a fake belt loop or belt to clip onto. So next I'm going to give you guys an example of what it's like in my full riding gear. I know a lot of you are just like, well, it could be totally different than when you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt. So we'll just do the test right now. Let's see how quickly I can get changed into my Moto gear. Hey, not bad, right? I think it was pretty quick, but here I am in the essentials of my Moto gear. My armor doesn't get in the way of it at all. My boots have absolutely nothing to do with it. And I don't really practice with gloves, so I'm not going to use them. It is doable. I just don't want to throw my gun like down the steps. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to say, you know, if you're riding, you have time to stop, take your glove off. It takes 10 seconds, but anyway. This demonstration is just to show you guys that I can draw just as quickly with my Moto gear on as I can when I have on just jeans and a t-shirt. You know, I mean, even wearing a jacket over jeans and a t-shirt is going to be the same. But I can draw just as fast. So that's not an issue at all. So these are the loops that are on the ARC backcountry gear pants that I use in place of an actual belt. But that little hook on the clip on the Nate squared holster fits perfectly in here. And it's the same thing, I took it off so I could show you guys the loop. But if your pants don't have a loop like this to hold on to, you could take them to a tailor and have them get something put on, or you know, you can figure out a different solution. This is just what I found and what works for me really well. So I posted this up on the Facebook and I got asked a couple of questions. The first one was extra magazines. I do not currently carry any extra magazines, though for Christmas Miss Stacy got me one of those 2 magazine pouches with belt loops. I will be using that in the future, and I will update you guys on how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I have yet to try it. The second question was about caliber. Caliber, I'm going to have to point you to Hermit. Hermit did an amazing video on carry caliber, so head on over to his channel and check that out. The third question that I got asked was about alternatives. I personally carry a firearm when I ride out into these remote places because we have large wildlife. We have mountain lions, bears, moose, and those can be a major problem. People that head out into the wilderness that don't like to carry a firearm usually carry some form of bear spray or some alternative of those means, which you can find at your local Army Navy store for sure. So I hope this video has been able to answer some questions from you guys. It was great talking to you guys on the Facebook. If you want to join that, link is below. But now it's on to the moto vlog I promised. What's happening, guys? Well, we are back out on 211. And it's kind of interesting. We've gone to the other side of the Hayman burn scar. And we are now back into like lush trees and everything. It's kind of cool. Oh, I don't know, maybe there still is some burn, but I don't know. Looks like this side didn't get it and that side did. I don't know. Oh, sometimes you just need to feed a little speed to your ride. And Cena loves it. So, a couple questions for the AR guys, the gun guys. This video is for y'all. So, Mr. Scott just built himself an AR-15. And he built it from all different parts. And he spent about $2 grand on it. And I've been thinking about getting one. I've never really done a whole lot of research. You know, I've got the basic knowledge, you know, about gas operated and mil versus the other specs, but I want to know what. I'm not going to build one. I don't have the resources or the patience for that. So I'm just going to buy one. But what should I buy? What brand should I buy? What brands are good? What brands are bad? Do you can you buy a whole decent AR-15 for, you know, less than $2 grand? Or do I need to buy parts and piecemeal one together with the help of some buddies? Let me know what I should do. Currently, I only own 2 pistols and a 30-06, which I haven't even shot yet. That's bad. Oh, sniggity snap. So we're gonna make a left here and we're gonna go to Lake George. Yes, Terriel Reservoir. All right, so that's the end. Sorry, guys, you guys just happened to get the end of the road. But I'm gonna go have a dual sport lunch and make it back hopefully without getting rained on. I'll catch you guys at lunch. Peace.